Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today's Saturday and it's March the 23rd, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets. So you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. And our story today comes from Fort Liberty here in North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, two Fort Liberty soldiers arrested for child sex crimes. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. A few days ago, a soldier from Fort Liberty was arrested and charged with child sex crimes. Now, there was another case a few months ago that I started the video but never finished. So I decided now that we have two cases, I'd go ahead and I'll combine them and bring it to you in this updated video. This story was breaking news on Thursday morning, and by Friday it had gone viral. Everybody's talking about it, so I figured if they're talking about it, so should I. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, first case is the most recent case, and it has to do with this man, 27-year-old Eric Timothy Fish. Now, this is the picture that was taken by the Randolph County Sheriff's Office, which is located in Asheboro. So I'll say the Asheboro Police Department, just to make it simple. But Mr. Fish is really an active duty soldier assigned to Fort Liberty here in North Carolina. Now, Fort Liberty officials haven't confirmed that he's one of theirs, but they want to make it clear that Fort Liberty is a temporary duty assignment. It was reported that Fish is a cargo specialist assigned to the 7th Transportation Brigade at Joint Base Langley, Eustis in Virginia. So he's here at Fort Liberty, but it's only for temporary duty. Now, the incident we're about to discuss did not take place on the base at Fort Liberty. I want to make that clear. But there's something about being a soldier, just by the fact that you're wearing that uniform and you have ties to a military base, anything that happens, even if it happens after hours, it's still tied back to you being that soldier, and that military base, for some reason, has to respond to it. There's that accountability factor. And this soldier found himself in a lot of trouble for what he was caught doing a few days ago and who he happened to be with. Now, this video highlights exactly where that soldier was when he was arrested early that morning, early Wednesday morning. Now, Fort Liberty is right here, and he was arrested in Asheboro, which is 90 minutes away. So he was very far away from Fort Liberty when the cops took him in. And it should be noted that Asheboro, North Carolina, has a curfew for its park, and that curfew is between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. So when an officer sees a car that's parked in a park early on the morning, it's deemed to be suspicious. And that is what prompted the officer to approach this car on Wednesday morning to find out what was going on and what it was doing there. And when the officer checked the vehicle, he found 27-year-old Eric Timothy Fitch and what was later discovered to be a 13-year-old female inside. Police say they found evidence inside the car that the two had just engaged in sexual activity. Now, don't ask me how they know that. That was not stated, but that's what they said. Based on the evidence found in the car, there had been sexual activity going on. I'm sure there's a lot more to the story, but we will never find out the details simply because the victim here was 13 years old. But nonetheless, Finch was arrested and charged with statutory rape of a child under 15, 2 counts of statutory sex offense with a child under 15, disclosed private images. I'm not sure what that actually means, but they may have exchanged some photos or videos. Allegedly, I'm making that assumption. 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child, contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile, and 8 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Now, they could have met virtually. We don't know. That wasn't specified. And we also don't know whether or not this was the first sexual encounter. Now, Fitch remains in the county jail where bond has been denied. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not Bragg will take, or not Bragg, I should say Fort Liberty, would take jurisdiction of him so he can be in the military side, or maybe send him back to Virginia, but so he can face a court martial there. But that remains to be seen. It's still too early, but I'll try to stay on top of this story. And we had a similar arrest a few months ago. Similar crime. The place, Raleigh-Durham International Airport, and the date of this reporting was August the 30th, 2023. And the news headline that day read, Fort Liberty soldier arrested at RDU for child sex crimes. And this story is about 39-year-old Army Major Vincent Pedro Ramos, who was arrested on numerous charges involving sex offenses with a child. A report said that Major Ramos was a logistic officer assigned to the 44th Military History Detachment. And I have to say that's news to me. I just learned something new. I was not aware that such a detachment existed locally, but nonetheless, that's why they say he was working, the 44th Military History Detachment. Major Ramos was returning to the United States from Germany, where he had been on temporary duty, when law enforcement officials from several North Carolina jurisdictions, including Federal Marshal, Homeland Security, and the Moore County Police Department, they all came together and took him into custody as he walked off that American airline plane. A report stated that passengers were held at the gate as law enforcement moved in and arrested him. Now, coming in from Germany, I understand that jet lag, he probably never even saw it coming. And there he is right there as they were making that arrest. This is an actual picture from the arrest that day. And you could see him right there in the gray shirt with his hands behind his back. Now, it appears this arrest had been put on hold for several months since Major Ramos was out of the country. As I already mentioned, he was in Germany. Police say that around the beginning of August, Moore County had received notice that a child had been RAPED, and that had happened between January of 23 and April of 23. And this was in an off-post location in Southern Pines. So the Moore County Police Department and Moore County Sheriff's Office, they had jurisdiction. And as expected, when you're dealing with crimes of this nature involving children, we really don't get much details. But the claims were sufficient enough for armed men with guns to be waiting for Major Ramos as he got off that plane from Germany and take him into custody. Reports say Ramos was transported back to Moore County, where he was charged with one count of felony statutory RAPE of a child under 15 years of age, 6 counts of felony statutory sex offense with a child under 15, and 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child. He was committed to the Moore County Detention Center with a $3 million secure bond, and that was pending his first court appearance, which was on September the 20th. Now, it's a possibility that bond may have been reduced, but there's no evidence about it because no one seemed to be talking about him anymore. And there you have it, a recent arrest for child sex crimes. One happened just a few days ago, and the other was a couple months ago. But if by chance bond situation changes, like for example, Major Ramos, if his bond has been decreased, I'll put it in my comment section, and I'll do the same for the young man who currently does not have any bond at present. That's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And of course, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.